Hello everybody. Hello. Hopefully our technical issues are all sorted. We're with Evie this evening. Hello, Evie.
Hello, how's everybody doing? Hopefully you're all having a good weekend, and if you're in the UK, hopefully you've been enjoying the sun and all that stuff.
My plants in the garden have been loving it, and in fact, I had to get told off by my wife because I've bought too many of them.
No such thing.
Uh, there is. Yeah, I think I have something like 30 strawberry plants now in my very small garden. It's it's insane. Um,
People
um,
asking over there.
we'll go through hopefully a couple of the teams in a minute. A real David and Goliath feel about this one. So we've got the current UKBBL title holder in Archangel's Old Boys. And this is probably just the football fan in me. I am firmly in the I want Zenjo to. I love Archangel. He's great. I really want Zenjo to win because I love an underdog story. Here's both the teams. So they're reasonably close in TV, but obviously we've got a little bit of skew with the fact that obviously the randoms don't obviously tell the true story. We'll be able to see that when we actually get into the game. But Zenjo decided to take a keg for this one to give his TV a boost in the inducements. Just having a little look at the rosters. What are your thoughts, Evie?
I mean, obviously, I've spoken about this many a time at this point. Archangel's Orcs are disgusting. Um, they've just, it's such a good team. It's got sneaky get dirty player. It's got more than enough tackle. It's got some frenzy. It's got some wrestle. It's got a super statted crazy blitzer that's got break tackle plus agility and movement. And it's got enough that it's just going to be absolutely annoying, and it's got enough stand firm to try and shut down like one turn shenanigans. It's nasty. On the other side,
Yeah.
I'm definitely I want Zenjo to win. I also like an underdog story. Um, I'm a little bit worried about the Croxagore having minus armor. That is kind of spooky. Um, but they do have a super skink, even though it's got no protection skills. It is still a super skink. And they've got sneaky get dirty player of their own. So if they can take care of a couple of the stand firms, or even just one of them, then there's the one turn option.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, I mean, it should be an interesting game, but I feel like if Archangel starts to high roll, it could snowball in the wrong direction. But then again, though, if Zenjo's got enough mighty blow in there that if they high roll, and both of them with their own foulers, I think it could go either way.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think Zenjo's probably main priority if he's put on defense first is going to be one of those stand firm pieces has to go. That's the only defense at the moment to the one turn.
Yeah, and
So if
has
they
to
can get,
hope that the lizards don't go as well.
yeah,
Being on defense as lizards, and to the same extent like Blackhawks, they don't like being on defense because you have to put something valuable on the line of scrimmage.
mm,
Um, and yeah, with Archangel also having a nasty fouler, it's almost guaranteed something is going to be in trouble.
yeah. Do you know what? I actually think, I genuinely think that piece, that fouling piece, N, is the worst piece on his roster because it's cost him. It's two randoms. So I get random. You can luck out on a random if you want to get a random, right? But then lucking out on the next random.
Well, no, it's 90k, but the problem is that he's managed to random the sneaky get. That's the problem part
Yeah.
because he's random sneaky get, and then he's just taken the dirty player, and that's essentially just like taking two primary skills, except he's got a secondary in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that player is very nasty, and obviously just the stat boosting break tackle blitzer is those are
But
definitely the problem players.
one of the worst thing about this roster is I know what Archangel's going to do to meet the cap. He's going to sack both the top 2 linemen. He's going to get rid of both rerolls, and he's going to get rid of his Apo for the first game, and that's going to be his roster. It's as you see it, folks, just without the top 2 players and any rerolls. But you heard
enough?
it here first. Well, I don't. Well, he's at 1705. Oh no, it's that would take him down to 1500. He would have to get rid of 1 player. Oh, that's good.
He's got to
Something
get rid
good.
of someone. I
He
have a
must
feeling.
make a choice.
I wonder. Yeah, it's got to be an extra like what 105 to trim.
If he did
Oh
all
no,
of my things,
an
that would
extra
take 250
95.
off. Oh no, that would take 215. So he'd need to take an extra 85 off. So he's losing four
Might
pick
just
skills
be
and a random.
yeah, it might just be a guard blitzer that goes away there,
Yeah.
or maybe I don't know, maybe the blitzer with wrestle and tackle probably because the
Yeah.
randoms there are a bit meh. But yeah,
There's definitely some good stuff that they can do, right?
I mean, they're still gonna have a lot of the roster around them, so
Yeah. Yeah, I think this could be bad, could be good. I don't know. Now the only thing that I need to ensure I do is search for the game, which hopefully is going to be right here.
that should be the easy part.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
First game up on the live.
while you're doing that, I'll have a little chat with chat. Lord Gimme, the technical issues have nothing to do with me, thankfully. Unfortunately for me, no, I haven't eaten yet. And for Mark, I did manage to win against DK in the league match. I managed to win 2-0, and unfortunately killed a couple of DK's players, which was a bit unfortunate for DK. But yeah.
He had this last season, didn't he?
Yeah. Thankfully, I think I only killed worthless players. I think it was just linemen. I think. But yeah, it's still a little rough. But yeah, I had to win 2-0 or at least by at least 2 touchdowns to secure 4th in the division, and I managed to get that, which is very nice. Now we're just seeing if the Nurgle are going to stay at the top of the division, or if the Goblins can win their final game and get a crazy upset and be the winners of the division somehow.
Winter's dad's done a great job. Done a stellar job. In that division. I wish I'd have put him as one of my top 3. Unfortunately not.
Yeah, Winter's Dad is going to finish in the top 3 bare minimum, which is incredible.
It's really good when you get messages saying I really want to play in the league this season, but I've got really busy things and I might have to concede a few games. We're that good that they just want to keep playing, even though they can't necessarily do all the games.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I saw some people on Reddit recommending the UKBBL as well, so that's always nice for when people are looking for like a UK-based league and that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. I think we must be getting close to 100 players now, right?
So this season we had 136 at the end of match day 1. We lost a few across the season.
Yeah, we
like
one
in
my
that
division.
we're probably going to be at no, it will be 132. So I think it'll be 144. I think we'll add another league again. That's where I think we'll go. What's really interesting is just the number of re-rolls we're getting. It's stayed quite high, which is a surprise. But let's have a little look at the setups then. So Zenjo's gone and put his star skink on the field. He must have heard that Archangel's thrower has a problem with pickups in FA Cup finals.
Are you a mod or in charge of the UKBBL Twitch at the moment, Phil?
Say again, sorry.
Are you like a mod or in charge of the UKBBL Twitch at the moment?
I am not. Please do not click on that message.
Yeah.
We do not endorse.
I'm not a mod, so I can't get rid of this.
I wonder whether I can log in and see whether I can get rid of it. Because I'm logged in as me at the moment.
The bots are getting smarter. They've decided that they're not going to post links. They're going to post a link with a space, so that they can get around the detection.
I don't want to disturb him while he's playing.
Yeah, I think after this game, I think I'm gonna tell Archangel, like, you need to make me a mod so that I can deal with this sort of stuff. Okay, so Archangel, I'm guessing one of the Tossins has decided to receive, and he's going to try and murder things.
He did indeed win the receive. I'm trying to see whether I can get into this. Yeah, folks, we'll just say, just don't click on that link because I can't get in.
I wonder.
It's basically because
I can just like get rid of it this way. There we go. No one can see it anymore.
It's about to get punched above and below the belt at the same time. That player better get up. Nothing good comes from spending any time on the ground in this game.
Or at least I think no one can see it anymore.
Crocs. I can still see it, but again, as long as we're saying, please do not click on that link.
Yeah, I mean, Crocs is in a little bit of danger here. How many messages do I need to put?
It's asking for bank details.
Right. Yeah. Don't click on it. If you ask, don't be giving anybody.
I love that, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah. Just the only person that you should be sending your bank details to is me.
Well, the good news is that there's no lizards removed yet.
But that's very, very, very good.
Still got a blitz. Yeah, I think the Crocs could get really out-positioned here if he's not careful. If Archangel wanted to, I'm not sure whether he does want to.
You did. That's the job. Yeah, I mean, if you give me your card details, the only thing that's going to happen is occasionally £15 will go missing and a takeaway will arrive at my door.
What's your choice of takeaway then, Evie?
Oh. So, yeah, if I'm going for something nice and cheap, just some sort of like cheeseburger, chips, that sort of thing. If I'm splashing out a little bit, then I do like to order an Indian. I do like a good curry, some like chips, rice, garlic naan, that sort of stuff. Very nice indeed. What about yourself?
Chinese all the way. That's basically where the part of the world we're in. We seem to be gifted with good Chinese takeaways.
Oh,
They're the home counties where I used to be. the Indians around there were absolutely lovely.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
he's
really
going for the hit. Oh dear.
Sorry, Bobby, you've got me.
really difficult to find a good Chinese near me, unfortunately. Got a few good chippies,
Mm.
but like not a really good Chinese. Oh, the sneaky get dirty player lives.
Well, this could be bad for the tackle piece because I would be throwing all my weight into getting that player off the pitch.
Yeah. I'd even be tempted by a Crocs blitzer.
No.
Gets the Crocs back into the middle of the pitch. You can make it 3 dice. If you knock it over, you can foul it. I think that's
You throw that Crocs into that space. Or you do that first. That's not a bad play. That's not the dice he wanted though. So one of those players is standing up.
Come on, Crocs blitz. I do agree with you there, Chris. You can't get a chippy at 3 a.m. after a night out. It's a real shame. Only the most degenerate of takeaways are open at 3 a.m. And at that point, it doesn't really matter what it tastes like. And normally, it's a McDonald's.
So we got one of them.
Yeah, it's definitely got the important one, I think. If you want to foul it, that's definitely one of the important ones. I don't think I'd want to put the Super Skink next to it for a foul assist, though.
Absolutely not.
A good coach always uses the right player.
Hey, how you doing, Reese? Thankfully, I don't have a can tower anymore. I've matured.
I think you've got to keep the Crocs where it is now. Oh, or not. Okay.
I think I don't mind it. I mean, I don't like it marking something, but I don't mind it kind of getting involved. 3-eared bear. It should be. Oh, actually, I don't know what quality we're in at the moment. We were having technical issues at the start, but it might be on. It might be you. It might be us. I'll be honest with you. I have no clue.
Oh, it is a bit blur vision, I've got to say.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on stream, and it is a little bit on the blurry side. It seems like, yeah, it might be in like 720p. So apologies for that. I'm not sure what the technical issues were because I kind of joined in on the conversation very late. I think it was something to do with OBS.
Probably. I've got to remember I'm the guy who's showing the game.
This is even less than. Can we zoom in a bit and see if that brings anything into focus?
Can do. There you go. I mean, you can basically throw a sheet of paper over all the action at the moment. It's pretty congested in the middle.
X3 sponsoring the sport when you were playing.
I guess that's maybe that's a bit better. I think it's still a bit blurry, but at least you can kind of see a bit more what's going on. But yeah, it's the classic orc lizard blob.
I remember being a year 9 student at school, and we had some primary school kids come and do some netball, and I used the analogy of like when you butter toast, you don't go and put a blob in the middle. You go and spread it around a bit. Both these teams could learn that. You know, go and use the whole pitch, says the elf coach.
Yeah, exactly right. We're elf coaches. We like to use the whole pitch.
I'm not sure. Do you consider yourself an elf coach then? Are you like, is that your what's the phrase everybody uses? Main? Is that your main? Is it?
It's definitely my. I think it's my preferred style of play. I like playing. I like playing Skaven. Um, I like playing Wood Elves, but Wood Elves are a little bit volatile at the moment, so I've relegated myself to playing Dark Elves. Um, that's definitely my
Yourself.
yeah. It's my preferred style of play, just because I feel like it kind of forces you to think a bit differently. It forces you to think about playmaking
Mm.
because I can't sit there and play like Orcs for 40 games because my brain would fall out. It, like I can't like engage my brain with the game as much when I'm playing stuff like Orcs.
I mean, it is very. I mean, it is very sort of chainy. If you like board games, I think where you like to go. Okay, so if I make this action, I can then do this, and then I can do this, and then I can do this. Whereas
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I think kind of elves go is like, well, you lot go here because that's where you. That's like how we play. It's like you go here, and then I can basically do these one or two things, and then end the turn. Over to you.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
my last league game was Dark Elf Mirror Match, and the first half was really fun. Um, because it was kind of back and forth, and I managed to score on my offensive drive, and things were looking quite smooth. And then in the second half, I got away with losing a player because I had Bugman, who jumped onto the pitch. My opponent, however, did not was not so lucky. They only had 11 players, and obviously the Kaz stayed out, but the KO also stayed out, which then meant I was up on players.
mm.
And then things just got kind of worse for them. But I did my classic, like very nasty elven screeny nonsense to force them down a side, and then force them to get stuck down that side. Um, then bad dice happened, and well, it's unfortunate when that happens.
Mm. Quite an interesting blitz choice coming up here because there's a few good choices for the blitz. Though I'm a bit surprised that Zenjo did it in that order. I would have taken the mighty blow against the blitzer
I think you
personally.
surely you're blitzing. Oh,
With a mighty blow, that's what I would have been doing. But yeah,
yeah, I'd have been going from that side. Like, yeah, I would have been hitting the mud.
not that it would have made a difference with that roll. Eight's obviously not enough, but
Very nearly though. You know,
yeah.
that's the thing, right? Like, I think also if you blitz from the other side as well, you can push it. You would have been able to like push their Mighty Blow Frenzy player into all of your lizards, which then gets it very much stuck.
I think this turn's gone reasonably well actually for the lizards because the orcs are basically playing from the floor.
The Orcs, yep, the Orcs are playing from the floor, which is very good. The only downside is, like we were a little worried about at the start, the Crocs is very isolated.
Yeah, I think Archangel will be delighted to give up a block guard piece for a block guard Crocs.
Yeah, I feel like
And then this is the thing as like you probably what you need to do on the next turn is commit a blitz to try at least and extract that Crocs because it's not a bad movement Crocs to be honest.
no,
Movement
I
six.
think I think yeah, I think that's what I'd be doing. I'd be having a look and seeing what the Orcs do, because it looks like the Orcs aren't going to do very much. This turn they're in a bit of trouble because they've got a couple of pretty nasty stuns and they're fighting from the floor. Um, if
Getting pushes as well is not ideal.
No, if the Orcs really struggle to recover now, then if there's an option to go for the ball, obviously you're going to go and do that. If the Orcs manage to get the ball like pretty secure, so there's not really dice on the ball, I'd be blitzing with the Crocs to bring the Crocs back over, and to cause some problems.
I mean, at the moment, the Crocs can actually get round the back of the cage. I don't think Archangel's actually got enough players to
stop it. Really,
yeah.
like, yeah, if either blitzing to free the Crocs up to try and get the Crocs near the ball,
Yep.
if it can get there.
You know where he's going to put the ball next.
Ooh, this is a bit spooky. You don't like your skinks getting punched in the face.
No, and he's got away with... Basically, he's got a KO, a stun, and 2 non-breaks, which is definitely not the what the stats say.
Oh man, I feel like Archangel really needed that to be at bare minimum a break, because I feel like now the ball is in danger.
Yeah, I'd agree with you here. I think he's... I don't think he can throw the foul. I think he wants to, but I don't think he can.
I think he should.
I think he leaves the ball carrier blitzable if he does.
Ooh, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. However,
Oh, come on, come on. Good. Sorry, I should be impartial, but that does delight me somewhat.
the impartiality is non-existent.
I don't work for the BBC. It's fine.
It's not like it's not that we don't like Archangel, because we like Archangel. It's that we really don't like Orcs.
Right. I mean, this is chance. This is a huge, huge, huge chance.
Yeah, it was flaggy, wasn't it? It was a very high risk foul.
You have to re-roll.
Oh yeah, you've got to re-roll this.
Up. You have to go up.
Yep, has to go up.
I wouldn't have been going diagonal because you're risking that. You're risking that bounce. That's not a great bounce.
Again, though, Super Skink doesn't care.
There's a couple of tackle pieces around that, though, and if you push up, it's not bouncing into a tackle zone.
I agree. It definitely should have pushed up there, but it's... I mean,
Wow.
the Super Skink is just going to go and 2+ through everything, isn't it? Ooh, removal. High roll.
Right, now those Saurus really want to get in there. Oh, it's tense.
There's no tentacles in this game. Way.
It's tense, not not tense, as in tentacles.
I think he's going to make him
Oh god. I'm only 30 and I'm doing dad jokes about Blood Bowl. Oh no.
I remember talking about order in this game is just so important, and it's just little details.
I feel like surely the next move there is just
move
run
the Saurus
through. Well, it's move what Thesauruses you can in, and then just go and do the skink nonsense.
The ball is currently secure, but now they must grab it.
Well, I suppose the good news is that the Super Skink is not getting blitzed this turn. Well, in my personal opinion, because I think you've got to try and secure the ball. Because even though the Orcs aren't on the floor anymore, they've just got up and they're horrifically out of position.
Oh man, yeah. I feel like if you just moved all the players that didn't have to do any rolls, and then you just went, right, Super Skink, it's time for you to do some 2s and 3s. Like, you're just and you're gonna burn all your rerolls on it 100%, because if it just goes and dodges through, it's what 2 dodges, so 2+, 2+, 3+ to pick the ball up, 2+ dodge out, and then you're gone. You're home free. And if you're home free at that point, Like, there's nothing the Orcs can do.
It's just taking turns out of the game. That's what you'd be doing. I mean, this is still a bad situation for the Orcs. This is still not good, but this is significantly better than it was.
Yeah, I mean it's recoverable now, right? They can get players around the ball and they can try and make this, you know, and get some sort of recovery on the go. But yeah, it should have, and it could have and should have been so much worse for the Orcs.
Oh,
I feel
real
like
shame. Real shame.
Archangel's gotten a little bit lucky there, I think.
Do you miss the old days of playing in the NAF?
I mean, he's still got a problem of where the ball goes.
No, you had to ask permission, fill out a form, and triplicate. These players have got it so lucky.
Where's he putting that ball? Two rerolls each. Archangel's used the Zappo already. He used that on the KO on the big one.
You leave it. I don't think you can't leave it where it is. It's retreating. The Orcs are retreating.
Huge recovery. I think that's probably the best that Archangel can do. And I don't think necessarily that the ball is going to be able to be stolen away next turn.
I don't. Let's see. Maybe.
I mean, there is a potential play. So there is a potential play on this side here, where this player blocks here using an assist from that source. This frees up this player to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then rush. I understand why that block was done first, but I really think it should have been probably the naked one. Had it have been though, probably would have been a reroll.
Yeah, that would have. Yeah. Oh god.
It kind of makes sense why you do that. That's really, really unlucky.
They just got owned! That's what the cool kids are saying these days, isn't it?
I mean, the Orcs are still massively in trouble here. Because they've got very, very disjointed. Incredibly disjointed.
Yeah, but it's gone from they're in trouble of losing the game to, well, losing the half, I should say, to now it's more that they are more likely to probably just not score.
Still plenty of time. I can see these two Saurus steaming in here.
I don't think you've got much choice. I think you have to just go and put as much pressure on them as physically possible at this point.
Interesting. See, I would have been blocking this one over here. And then bringing this player around here. Obviously, I'm hoping for a POW. But if you come in and attack on this one, you've then got basically you've split off the big uns from the wall. and then a strength 4 versus essentially a strength 3 team. That's a game that I think the Lizards would win every time.
Well, you'd
Nice
hope
done
so.
from the Crocs. And freeze that up.
Yep, Crocs is definitely back in the game next turn. It is a big problem because I feel like I feel like that could have been like so different. I feel like if the Crocs goes Bonehead there, I feel like the Orcs decide to switch sides. I think they're gonna switch sides now anyway.
Yeah, they've got to try and reconnect their team. That's the problem they've got. I think they're going to be able to do it, but I'd rather be connected with the big uns than I would be with my blitzers against this team.
Well, I don't think the ball's not going to be safe, is it?
Absolutely not. But I don't see what piece I can blitz with currently.
I think it might be potato time.
Too early for potatoes.
I know, but it's not looking great. Without a potato. I feel like if there's not going to be a potato happening, there's going to be some smothering that happens next turn.
Just what are you doing, Jim?
I also think it's too early on the clock to try it.
Polishing my teeth.
Because I think you can do some sensible things and maybe not sack the ball carrier, but keep the press on.
Excuse my bad manners.
Yeah, the way I'm looking at it right now is that it doesn't look like there's necessarily going to be a place in which the ball is going to be safe, which is the big problem. I think there's always dice on the ball here. Or I feel like there should be always dice on the ball here, and Archangel is praying that it's just not POWs.
Oh, good push. That's a spicy play.
The bigger they are, the thicker they tend to be.
That's a bit of a shame. So that'd have been what I would have done probably on this turn, is I'd have probably thrown a blitz at the wall carry. Got to do something over here as well. He can't afford to lose that lizard. Does have a couple of nice blocks though available.
Oh dear. I hope that player has written a will.
Oh, I feel like the Orcs might actually be able to pull this one off now.
Jim, let alone right. And you should know, you've interviewed enough of them now.
On the floor again. This team must like worms or something.
You can't count Archangel out, can you? You just can't do it. Somehow, somewhere.
I don't know. I don't think necessarily though that one was necessarily anything that was, you know, Archangel did anything particularly special. It was just, you know, a bad couple of dice and doing a couple of things in the wrong order. I don't necessarily think the dodge was bad over here with the sneaky get dirty player. I just think it was the wrong order. That was all. It's not good. Okay, so now that player's blitzable. Doesn't get it, unfortunate.
It's not horrible still, just because of you know, it's got the diving tackle. Oh, there's the cheeky one dive power that they wanted.
Yep, it's just an isolator.
But then again, add agility 2+ and the break tackle kind of negates the diving tackle.
Is it 4s, I think?
I think it's
4s.
3s.
Is it -2, I think?
Yeah, so you start off on a 3+.
Oh,
then
but it
you
has
go
has
down
break
to,
tackle. Yeah, yeah.
it's got, yeah, you go down to 2+ on the because of the agility increase. Then you go back up to 4+, and then you've got break tackle, which brings it back down to a 3. So that player is dumb.
I had a gold crown for every player I've seen lying on the field during my career. Well, I could start my own team. You only need 1,000,000 gold, right?
Well, that's next to the Crocs now.
Yeah, that's 2 players that the Crocs is potentially leaning on now.
Well, the Blitzer will be able to get away. It's got the movement to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't
But
really
I
like.
think that's a better piece to be on. A block big un rather than a block guard or Blitzer.
Yeah, Crocs putting in work no matter what, really.
They're gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a sandwich. That'll help the player move without risk.
I'll be honest, this game is a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Well, yeah, I think the not getting rid of the first couple of skinks was quite crucial. However, I think now it's advantage Orcs.
More like slapping it over. Dead fish. Put some force behind those punches.
Well, that's a nice couple of block dice for Zenjo.
They could follow up, of course, but they've wisely decided not to. Dagger has an assist.
This stage, I don't mind that actually. On turn 6, you've got 2 players with 3 players. So even though you can't use them next time, it means that those 3 are not particularly useful on Archangel's next turn either. One of them might be useful, but you only need 1 bad block dice, and actually you then need to do something with them. This is 100% a blitz on the next turn, though.
Yeah, again, there's always going to be dice on the ball here.
I've always been a fan of Orcs. They still look rather fetching.
If the Crocs can behave himself and get down that big, and retreating's not really an option either, because you've got the Chuck Waller just sitting behind that big un. So over here's not really an option. Over here's not an option either, because you've got that Saurus there. I'm not really sure where he's going to go here. Possibly in there? He's going to run all the way over there.
I mean, that way there's no dice on the ball, I guess.
Made it basically a 2-turn. This is going to be a 2-turn offense. Look to try and shut it down, so he absolutely can't score. I mean, we know Zenjo can. Zenjo absolutely can.
That's a good choice for this play.
Hmm.
Oh dear. I hope that player has written a will.
It's the second time this half.
Players can
That
barely
was actually
read
triple skull.
them, let alone write. You should know.
Oh.
You've interviewed enough as much.
That's very,
Followed by
very
a double
raw.
one. I mean, that's great dice.
just burn the bad dice now, if you can.
Did he try and activate the Crocs there? I must have missed that.
No, that's just a thingy error. Don't worry about
Oh, okay.
that. Yeah, for some reason, when it comes to negative traits, sometimes they get just chucked in where they shouldn't be getting chucked in. It's been a bug for ages. I've no idea what in the world causes it.
Well, I think this Saurus on the sideline is going to be traded out.
A snotling baked in a pie stands more chance on this cruise. Where's the nearest
Yeah, pretty
pie
much
shop?
like it. Just chuck them in the log for just to scare people.
One,
Super excited
two,
for
three,
super excited for
four,
next season.
So I think from this point, the Orcs score because they've got 5 free.
A good coach always uses the right
That's
player.
probably the best result. 6.
If Archangel scores here, that's very, very well played and lucky.
He's got 6 free Orcs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the ball carrier for 6. And obviously, if you then blitz correctly, you're possibly getting 7. Oh, that's not ideal. Because I know what he wanted there. He wanted the knockdown push first. And then that frees up. And then this player can then run into this space over here. And then, was it basically your 9 from the end zone? 1, 2, 3. To go, just zoom out for a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So basically level with this guard piece. Means that player can score. Zenjo doesn't want an armor break here.
Smells weakness.
Oh dear.
He seems a little stunned.
Away with it.
doesn't he?
Here comes the other team.
Oh
Gonna
man,
have to-
every single time that Super Skink gets hit, I'm just like recoiling, just like, please don't die.
What's that player doing?
Ground in agony, Joe. And here comes the other team.
That's the Orcs scoring. Unless Zenjo can get some outrageous dice here.
It's either some sort of uphill or it's some sort of dodge. Hello, how you doing, Connor? Good to see you.
Oh,
What do you do in this situation? Do you just stand things up, hope things go wrong? Do you go on the gamble on the uphill? Do you gamble on a 5+ dodge?
well, the elf in me says just go for the 5+. That'll be fine with no reroll. Absolutely.
Standing there
Yeah.
drooling.
Do
The other
you
bit of me thinks that probably actually Zenjo's best bet at this point
is to run away and stay on the floor?
uh, is probably to try and hit as much as they can, try and hit one of the stand firm players down, and then foul the living daylights out of it, and that at least gives an opportunity for a 1 turn.
I mean, the main problem is that the fowler is stuck in the blob of orcs, isn't it? So
Indeed, it is.
it looks like Zenjo is going to commit to the 5+ dodge here. The question is, do you stand up the the skinks that are in the blob that will potentially be getting punched into oblivion next turn?
100% not, because Archangel's got 2 rerolls. So basically, you've got a free roll.
I should probably say something
You're probably
to
not.
our adoring viewers. All I can think of is
You don't even need to re-roll it. It's just as long as it's not a double skull, you just take the result. So it's a free roll. So 100%, I'm not standing those up because you're just going to get a free hit at them.
I'm the opposite. I'm going all in. I'm standing those players up. I'm doing the dodge. I'm just going full on. Like, I will sacrifice my players to make this as difficult as possible because all it takes is a little bit of bad dice, doesn't it?
another player on the ground.
You know, and it means that they have to clear the diving tackle player, because if they don't clear it, then it's stuck on the ball carrier.
The thing I don't like is the Super Skink is being used as the marker.
Exactly right. I think if you're going to use the Super Skink as the marker, I think you have to just go all in and stand up everything you've got and just see what you can do. You've got a bench, just like, you know, you got to get in there.
Good defensive block.
That's not terrible, actually.
Well, they went for the uphill instead of the dodge, which I guess is
No,
okay.
no, it's the fact that it's a push. So you can only.
I mean, it causes problems. It does cause problems. So that's what we like to see. Oh, unfortunate on the dodge. Now it's a lot less problematic.
Just one of those dice that just, again, it's very, very small margins. In my opinion, just didn't need to be thrown.
I don't think it needed to be thrown either. Yeah, no, I don't think it needed to be thrown. It's a real shame because now it's just 3 dice with frenzy and tackle, and it's 3 dice into 3 dice. It's definitely going down.
I think there's an argument actually you Apo that.
It's going to be decisive.
Ooh. No Apo used. I think I would have Apo'd that as well.
It's just because essentially you're playing it it's a tournament, isn't it? It's a tournament game, and you want to ensure that you get that piece on the second half.
I mean,
No
you also
guarantee
want it. You also want it for the 1 turn.
Yep, absolutely.
That's more the thing. It's like what number 1, you want it for the 1 turn, and number 2, you definitely want it for the second half. If Zenjo gets a little bit unlucky and that thing doesn't come back, which is likely, like, you know, it's a 50-50 swing. Oh wait, actually no, it's a.
Well, the good news is it does come back,
9.
and so the
Because
risk
that's
was worth it. So this now is basically try and foul something moderately useful. And hope you roll some POWs and break some orc armor.
Yes. Either that or go for the 1 turn. But
well, I mean, you can't because of the fact he's got 3 stand firm there, and you've got no juggernaut.
right, yeah, okay, yeah. You just got to hit things and hope, or hope for a timeout.
Yeah.
If a timeout happens, that'll be pretty.
If a timeout happens, that's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, it'd be incredible, wouldn't it?
I mean, possibly, yeah. I mean, set up down here, set up a little mini screen with a couple of skinks, and then your super skink there, comedian back here. Hope for timeout. It actually happened at a tournament. I will say, because they pinged me. I don't know whether Waldorf actually pinged me for any reason on the chat, but we are in the presence, folks, of the 7th best known player for tournaments in the world. Well done, Waldorf.
Wait, is Waldorf like what? It was 7th
Waldorf is
best
the
gnomes?
7th ranked player worldwide on the NAF with gnomes,
Oh, that's incredible.
and the highest UK-based player, which is amazing.
That is actually, yeah, that's actually really, really awesome, and that is a good achievement there for Waldorf.
I will go and check, but I'm fairly certain that it is all players and highest. I'm sure he'll correct me, but I'm pretty confident. Yeah, 7th overall worldwide.
Incredible stuff. I know gnomes haven't been out for too long, but I know that there's been a lot of people playing gnomes.
Because Maple's amazing. Maple's so good on that team.
Yeah, I
If
have.
you can take Maple as a star player, they're very, very good with gnomes. However, I don't think Waldorf runs gnomes with that player.
Hey, how you doing, BB? No, good to see you. And yeah, Maple is quite good. Unfortunately, a lot of tournaments out there have decided that Maple is too good, and have already started adding Maple to the list of banned stars, which is a real shame.
So I've banned Maple for the tournament that I'm running. Not because I hate not because I hate Maple. I love Maple, but a lot of rosters are taking Maple on them, and so a lot of rosters are becoming. They've got the same features, so at least you'll possibly get a little bit of variety. However, you have inspired me by playing an all-skeleton team. I absolutely want to do a skeleton-based Tomb Kings roster at a tournament. So no Tomb Kings, just skeletons, just the Anointed Blitzers, and the Throw Rars.
Can't argue with that call, can you, Bob?
No.
And then, is it Bryce the Slice and Ivan the Animal? Because they're both skeleton stars.
Yes,
I think
I
those
did
are the
this.
rules, right?
I did this in the ladder. I played undead with no ghouls and no mummies. I was only allowed the white blitzers and the skeletons. And then if I was able to take stars, it was Bryce the Slice or Ivan that I was allowed to take. And I can tell you this now: the team was awful, which, as you'd expect. But I didn't lose every game. I managed to get like a good few draws, and I even managed to win like 3 games as well, which was incredible.
Well, considering I'm considering this roster for a tournament that I'm running, the fact that you're saying to me it's awful and it doesn't win many games is perfect. That's what I want. You never want to go and win your own tournament, from what I hear.
No, not really.
Mm.
No, you don't want to go and win your own tournament, and then everyone turns around and go, that person made the rules.
Been a very disappointing set of block dice. Oh, did they get rid of a... No, they didn't get rid of a player. They pushed them back. I'm not sure whether they're going to get a foul now either. I don't think they're going to get a foul off. Oh, Waldorf won his own tournament with gnomes.
Well, I mean, if you're doing it with a stunning team, then, you know, I mean, I think there's a bit of wiggle room there. I mean,
I just
I
want to
would
make sure
say-
everybody saw that before we talk about gnomes some more. That was an epic play by the sneaky git, who went through 3 tackle zones to injure that big unblocker.
incredible scenes.
That's good.
I have started to wonder on the tabletop scene, what is the best stunty team? Because I think for a long time, I think it was just Snotlings.
Gnome. I do think gnomes. I think gnomes are really good.
Yeah, gnomes are very, very good. I don't know if they surpass Snotlings yet. But I think they definitely do. It depends on the tournament, I think. Because yeah, gnomes starting with some guard players and lots of wrestle it's just really good, isn't it? And then especially like, you know, if you can, I mean, BB Nut did the multiple, like I think it was like 5 guard gnomes with Maple and won a tournament.
I'm gonna Gav's right here. Is I did Langdon Bowl for the sets Southeast Tournament Series, and because I couldn't win my last game, Halflings won with Maple.
Oof. Oof.
So yeah.
G. Cole thinks it's still Flings.
Flings came 5th at the NAF Championships. Okay. BB Nut, did you win the Bonehead Podcast guys tournament?
Yes, it was, yeah.
And was that with gnomes?
That was with gnomes with the 6 garden Maple, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Blink's coming 5th at NFC is kind of crazy. I don't know. I've not seen the rule set for NFC, but I don't believe that any of the megastars were remotely allowed. So like you probably didn't see Griff or like Morg or anything like that. So,
and the NAF Championships wouldn't have had the star players or the megastars, 100% not. Yeah, the Foxes are great. Tournaments, I can imagine the Foxes are incredible.
Yeah, I feel like the way to play gnomes with the Foxes, I feel like you have to carry the ball on something else and then try to get a fox in range. And the second that the fox is in range, it's like, okay, well now all I have to do is get the ball there on a handoff and nothing can stop this thing.
Got the advantage, but there is no sure
Cool. Archangel wants that player fouled by the look of it.
I don't know. BB Nut, I feel like if you carry on the fox, you might get yourself in a situation where you get a bit stuck because you can't give it to anything else. And you're still gnomes, right? So, I mean, if you've got 2 trees and Maple, then yes, you can kind of just chug your way forwards a little bit and you know, have enough field presence to do so. But with 2 trees, that might be a bit more difficult if the sides start collapsing.
I think this is why you're seeing a lot of Maple bans, because gnomes essentially can get 2 trees and a strength 5 tree with no nega traits, apart from Loner.
Yeah.
Which is quite potent. You know, what does that take? 9 squares across the field, which is kind of like big guy impenetrable. Meanwhile, in the FA Cup final,
Yeah. Meanwhile, we've
we're
got
seeing a lot of orcs and lizards lying down.
it's a brawl. I mean, did anybody expect anything different from an Orcs versus Lizards match?
That's huge.
Does this go to overtime?
It would do, and if I was Zenjo, I'd be playing for it. I wouldn't be trying to win this game in regulation.
I don't know. Cheeky removal. Get a few more of those.
This is what I would be doing 100% now. Is you do not need to win this in regulation, particularly if you can get another couple of injuries. Getting rid of this one would be helpful.
I agree, Spluggy. Maple being able to grab stuff from 2 squares away. I'll be honest with you. I still have no idea fully how that special rule works. Just because it.
Well, grab allows you to choose the square, so I actually think the developers have put grab in on Maple to make it less complicated.
So, the main thing is, so Maple's special rule says that you can block someone from 2 squares away.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say which square around that player are you allowed to block from with the special rule.
Doesn't matter with grab, because you basically just treat it as any player adjacent to that player you could grab them to. That's why with that special rule they've had to put grab in, just because otherwise it becomes a nightmare to rule.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's a good point. That's probably. I mean, there's no way that GW had the foresight to put grab on it to make a special rule word. Surely not.
Okay, so BB Nut has given a great question, which is what happens if you
choose not to use grab.
So at Lang we had this. Do you Apo that?
Yeah, I mean, and especially for for chain pushing scenarios, and
we
also
had open trap doors at this tournament. So you could choose possibly to push, because I'm not sure how it works, whether the trapdoor is considered like a mark. I don't know. But they sent out a big sheet which basically had, if you're choosing to push and then not use grab, here's the directions that we're going to play by, which I thought was good by the tournament organizer to basically go, no, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make sure there's no problems.
Yeah, I think if you're running Maple as a TO, you need to have some rules in place for when the opposing coach or whatever doesn't want to use grab, because the only real times you don't want to use grab is like a couple of people in chat have said, like if you want to do chain push or if you want to surf, which then obviously you need to be able to know which square you're hitting from, essentially. Yeah, I think it's definitely like the play for now, at least. I think the players talking to each other and being like, "How do you want to rule it, just in case this pops up," is a good thing. But I think the TOs need to have at least something in mind or in place for, if someone brings Maple and they get in a situation where they get into that and they're like, "Oh, I actually haven't thought about this," and the 2 players haven't agreed on how to rule it in the first place. It's like, okay, right, the TO needs to be the overarching presence of authority on that. All right, let's have a look. How's this final going? Yeah, I agree. That's probably why most TOs have started banning Maple. Maybe Maple is too strong and deserves to be on Megastar list.
No, she doesn't.
Also,
she does not.
I mean, it's a maybe. It's a maybe. I mean, I've not had enough experience with it to just say Maple's completely broken, let's just ban it everywhere. But it's definitely that the TOs probably can't be bothered dealing with the niche cases at this moment in time.
Behind those punches.
Yeah, I think it's probably that rather than anything else.
Yeah, because I mean, I think some people have banned it because they think it's too strong. I'm not 100% sure on that. It kind of just depends on those niche cases. Just ironing those out, which is again up to GW. And it's kind of the same with Hathark as well. I've seen a lot of tournaments go, nope, Hathark, you are a megastar. We're not dealing with you anymore. And it's kind of a shame because I think Hathark's quite good and fun to use.
I
Although
remember looking at Ark and thinking, yeah, that's a megastar, and yeah, they should be banned.
I don't know. I'd like to see some people, try and make Hathark work. It's 300k, you know? He's incredible. He gets to 3 dice anything he touches, but he's 300k. Well, yeah, he gets the 3D/4D blitz people, depending. But yeah,
a lot of tournaments, I think.
Unity is strength.
I mean, surely there's only a handful of teams, if that can even remotely make that work, and they have to give up a lot.
If I had a gold crown for every player I've seen lying on the field during my career, well, I could start my own team. You only need a million.
My wife's just taken the credit card off me because she thinks I'm going to buy it and more garden stuff.
I think that's fair.
That's how bad it's gone.
I mean, at first I was on your side, and then you said that you have 30 strawberry plants in a small garden, and I was like, you know what? No, you can't be trusted. You've been Hatharked, it feels bonkers. I mean, Hathark doesn't have Mighty Blow, right? It's just you can't really necessarily stop him from hitting you on 3/4D. The gnomes count as garden stuff. Possibly.
These block dice for the lizards have not been good. At the start of this drive, they have not been kind.
Ooh, Waldorf. I do love Rodney. I can't wait for Rodney to appear in Blood Bowl 3. That's going to be a fun time. Yeah, oh no. Yeah, the dice haven't been great, have
I don't
they?
think he's got one knockdown yet from any of the rolls that he's made. That's boneheaded. Caused that basically to become free, the big and blocker behind. Which means that these two are getting cleared out, and then he's really under the cosh because he's already got 3 players in the backfield.
I cannot say at all what the next team is. I'm not getting myself in trouble.
I think everybody's called it's Corn.
There's a lot of people that there's a good few. I can talk about what other people are thinking. Like obviously we've got some people here that are saying Corn. They want Corn to be the next team. I've heard a few people in the Blood Bowl 3 Discord. They're wanting vampires. I've also heard some rumblings from people saying like, why not chuck some ogres and snotlings in there? There's a good few options.
Now, do you actually throw this? What is this? It's a -1, so it'd be a 4-up.
Splaggy, how dare you?
I think I take this on. I go and put him in there because it really doesn't matter if he scores. Because I think at this point, the Lizards, I think he's probably going to do quite a good job of forcing him to score early. Because what he'll do is he'll probably bring this big un. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he comes and puts him anywhere sort of around here.
Both players and fans read.
That's not what he wanted, really. He's got frenzy, and he's got block.
Joking.
Not where I expected that big one to go.
Oh, look at
But
that
I'm not the
snotling attacking the
orc coach. I had an ill-fated one-season run with them when I first joined the UKBBL and vowed never to play them again.
I actually really like the new Chorfs. I understand on tabletop they're middle of the pack, and they probably have a bit of a rough start at low team value and so on in like perpetual leagues and stuff. But I feel like once they get up there, like in team value, I think that they're going to be very good. They're going to be
I'll make sure you've
scary.
seen that slander from BB Nut. Orcs are EV's favourite team.
Oh god, I absolutely. I hate orcs. I mean, the only time I like orcs is when I'm playing like frenzy orcs, or just some other meme build that BB Nut gave me with like 2 throwers and no linemen. Because then it's like, okay, there's some bad in this team now, but they're just they're too reliable and just a bit boring on my end.
This circle of happy
Which is a real shame because I like orc lore.
now as free as a fart.
Yeah, zero line orcs are pretty fun. I'll give you that. Yeah, I actually really like the new Chorf team. I get it; they're not like super, well, not super OP, but they're not like really good like they used to be. But I don't know. I still think once they get to high team value, they're going to be pretty spooky. And I mean, they are still a
They're
team
durable,
that
which is their biggest strength. They're durable. So in a longer format, I still believe that when they arrive to Blood Bowl 3, Chorfs will still do well.
Yeah, it's just getting them there.
When you've had to fight, when you've basically tried to climb the greasy pole of the league system, well, that's nice. When you've tried to do that, your Wood Elves will have a lot more bangs and cuts and bruises than your Chorfs will. At least your key pieces.
Yeah.
So they're still going to be
I mean, I also think that a lot of people like underestimate Chorfs a little bit because they're still a team that can take 8 guard. They can have 8 guard players. So, you know, like, I don't think you can really count anything out if you can take 8 guard. Yeah, I agree, BB Not. Definitely worse than old Chorfs when it comes to NAF style, because that's naturally lower power level. In like ladder and stuff, that would be absolutely fine, I think. It'll be tough to start with, but your key Chaos Dwarves aren't going to die very much, if at all, with the Iron Hard skin buffs. And they can't really, it's not really worth targeting them for fouls or anything anymore. So as long as you're protecting your Bull Centaurs and maybe Minotaur if you want one, I think they'll still do quite well. Speaking of which, if they take a Minotaur, they can have 9 guard, which is pretty spooky. And now the Bull Centaurs get mutation access on secondaries. It's incredible. Yeah, Ironhard Skin, Thick Skull, very difficult to get rid of. Let's have a look at what's...
I think, well, we're just going back to the game for a moment. I think they've got a chance to get a blitz on the ball carrier here. Gonna need some rolls. Oh, that chance has now
I
gone.
should probably say something meaningful to all our Cabal Vision viewers.
That's a game. Meanwhile, on the pit.
So what I'd spotted is that because this player was up here, if you could get rid of this guy here, you could have brought this big one down here. You could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rush, and then rush for the second. So you could have got a dice on the ball. What your hope is that then you bring over your movement 7 tackle piece and pin the players in.
Yeah.
So I think Zenjo's got away with that one because I'm not sure Archangel spotted that.
I like the way you think, Briar. I do like the way you think. Once Chorfs get released, there's no doubt that I'm going to be doing a Hobgoblin only run on BB3. It's going to be fantastic.
We have been described, BB Nut, before as a podcast with Blood Bowl in the background.
Yes. Yeah. We like to chat about things, and then we comment on the game a little bit.
We're meant to be here to watch a game. We did the first half quite well. I blame Waldorf because he pinged me and reminded me of an interesting fact that I wanted to share.
Of course. Of course I'll allow myself the stabby ones. Those will be the best players on the team. Yeah, it's Waldorf, and then I also I'm gonna blame Spleggy and BB Not for derailing me into talking about Chorfs and other random stuff. So yeah, unlucky. You guys are getting blamed as well. This might be the breakaway turn.
Yep. I think they're going to get away here. Not where I would have placed that player. I'd have probably gone one more further over. Create a loose screen. Probably would have blocked here and then brought this player around.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't
screens there.
I don't think the Orcs have the movement anymore.
I mean, with the fact that there's 2 injuries and that KO is not guaranteed to come back, it's got quite interesting, this one.
I mean, it's going to overtime.
I would think so at this point. I wonder whether Archangel will live to regret not going for the surf. Wow. That's a huge removal.
Yeah, that's one of the tackle. Another one of. Ooh, that's a huge bonehead though as well. That's the stand firm player free.
What I do like though is that the dirty player over there was left down. I'd be looking maybe in the next couple of turns, is there a way I could try and use that dirty player? Because the Lizards haven't really suffered the attrition. And so that's a potential for getting rid of another Orc.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised they didn't stand it up and just not get it involved, but have it hover.
We've done that stupid... Oh no, he has got the number in right. Thank God for that.
Ouch! That must have hurt.
Well, decided to go for something interesting.
I think Archangel has to at this point. Too few players.
Don't go on the sideline. Don't do it. You're tempting fate.
See, if that skink over on the right hand side was stood up now, there might have been an argument to sideline and then stick the boot into that super blitzer.
Oh, he's going to blitz it. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this has become a real problem when it comes to overtime.
Oh, I mean, that's the problem, right? It's not over yet, is it? It's not over yet, and they're both saving the rerolls for overtime.
I know it's only a little thing, but no, am I right? Yeah, Friday gone wrong.
I don't know why they didn't push downwards.
So actually, it's quite a good choice. I looked at it and went, why didn't they go downwards? But actually, shoving downwards means that you could have gone for a 4 up, 3 up, then 3 up, go for it, blitz, and that's
Well, they
another
would have.
one bites the
Well,
dust.
if there is diving tackle, right? Oh god, it's another one. It is diving tackle, so they would have had to go the long way.
I'm watching this FA Cup final slip away from the Orcs at an alarming rate.
Oh my word! The Lizards have decided that they've just gone and put the dice in the microwave for a quick second, and they've come out red hot.
Greedy, greedy, greedy. Greedy, greedy, greedy. Very. I know why he did it, but that was very greedy.
I think they've forgotten about the skink on the bottom right. I think they've forgotten about it because they could have made that 2 dice.
It also does make it blitzable.
It does, but at this point, I don't think it matters. You can lose a skink or 2 at this point. You've got a two skink bench.
That's true.
And getting more and more mighty blow hits against these orcs is just gonna keep causing problems. Yes, Mark, there is overtime.
I think what you'll probably see is this lovely agility increased blitzer run away to the opposite touchdown zone. Maybe not. Oh, okay.
I wonder what happens if the orcs win the toss. It's gonna be spooky.
It's going to be cat and mouse, basically. But such fine margins. There's been a few hits on that super skink. If it disappeared, would have been a very different second half.
Yeah, it's been hit twice, I think, and it's managed to go completely unscathed both times.
So actually, I think the sensible option in this scenario is to almost try and retreat down to here. So you don't necessarily need to go and hole yourself up here. Because you've got a load of players around here. I wonder whether actually you could try and free a couple of these and then try and get to around about here.
I think the opposite. I think you need to stay over there in the corner because you only need to stall out this one last turn, and you don't want to be anywhere near the agility break tackle player that can do ungodly things if you will give it the option to.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I mean if
get
worst comes to
everywhere.
worst comes to worst, they base up the ball carrier, and then you go 2+, and you get away. Which 1 in 36 does happen, but most of the time it's nice little 2+ dodge and you're away. And that's I think worst case scenario.
It's all got a bit spicy. It's not what you want, really. Understand why he hasn't re-rolled that.
Yeah. and Lizards are going to need all the rerolls they can physically get if the Orcs do win the toss. But like Sleggy said, if the Orcs don't win the toss, I think they just lose.
I also, well, I'm going to say I don't like that blitz, actually. I think the blitz should have been on the thrower.
I agree. I also think that as well. If you're not blitzing the super blitzer, then I feel like you have to blitz the thrower, because the thrower is the only thing that's realistically getting anywhere near. And it's like a 5-3 to get in there now.
Yeah. Okay,
Which,
just got rerolls.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
probably won't use them, but
they both
crazy
do
things
have
have happened.
block here, though.
I think if the thrower succeeds the 5+ dodge and fails anything else, I think Archangel throws the rerolls at it.
Yeah.
If it fails the 5+,
the time bank. Do you get an extra time bank for
nope. I don't think so.
Wow.
I think it just stays the same, and it's just overtime. So they're both in a bit of trouble on time bank times.
Well, Archangel, I think, I'd like to think he's already clocked that. It would be a horrible way to decide the FA Cup final if it was time banks that basically ran it down.
It's a 5-3, 2+2+ to surf the ball carrier.
And essentially win the game.
And
unless you get a horrible bounce and that chameleon is able to get away.
A 5-3-2-2 with 2 rerolls to near enough win the game.
I don't think you really need to do anything else. I think you probably just go for that.
I think stand up the player, and then maybe if you really want to. No, actually, no, you can't hit the skink. You can't hit the skink. That's going to cause you problems. Oh no! What's
Zenjo,
this?
just run it. Just score. Save your time bank. Just score.
Oh, I'm sad. I'm sad. Archangel didn't go for the hero play.
That's a good choice for this play.
Really don't like rolling dice at this point. I don't mind a blitz on the thrower. With the mighty blow. Don't mind that. But you mustn't use any of your 18 seconds on time bank.
No, definitely not. How you doing, Purple Chest? Good to see you. UKBBL have its own voice or several. We have normally there's the main people that do the commentary and casting. I would say is probably Phil, who we have here, who's one of the runners of the league, and Archangel, who is currently in the final. I pop on a lot of the time as well, and then we have some guests occasionally, like BB Not and maybe a couple of others. But yeah, I think it's mostly me. I think, and Phil / Archangel, or if I can't be there, it's definitely one of those. Yeah, DK. You were sort of thinking it would be nice to name yourself somewhere. I think we did have a little bit of trouble with OBS and some technical issues just before the stream started. So it's a bit of a hodgepodge job at the moment, I think, because me and Phil aren't very technologically gifted with OBS.
Streamers, not Blood Bowl.
After all, any Blood Bowl streaming is about the streamers and not the Blood Bowl. I mean, we do get on tangents, which is which is very good. You should find out if you get promoted in the off season, I believe.
Maybe not. You won the league. You got promoted. You
But
won
yeah.
your league, so you got promoted. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's
Normally, especially in the lower divisions, a good half of the league is likely to get promotion.
top three are automatic. We will always promote the top three. I got to play Purple Chest in my first non-UKBBL tournament. Or first non-UKBBL NAF tournament. I had a fabulous game. He was playing Corn, and I had a lovely conversation with him as well. A gentleman and a scholar.
Did you win?
Yes, we basically ran out of time, and it basically it was Purple Chess was playing Corn, and I was playing Elven Union. I won that tournament, and it basically came down to Purple Chess needed to dodge out of a tackle zone, and we basically played the last 2 turns at breakneck speed, and nobody was particularly paying much attention. But yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah, I've heard lots of good things about PC in the tabletop scene. Seems to be a very very good and respectable opponent as well. Seems to be, despite being potentially the face of the Toxic Elite, it seems to be pretty good dude on the most time, for the most part.
He is a nice human. However, I will point out he's not playing in the UKBBL at the moment. But it is nice to have his presence here.
It'd be nice if we could get PC in the UKBBL.
Oh, you're right. Purple Chest does have the voice for like advertisements, doesn't he? Or like a continuity announcer. Next on the UKBBL.
Maybe we can. I did see some suggestions on the Blood Bowl 3 Discord that some people were asking for if there's potential to have some new like commentator voice lines or voice packs and stuff of maybe people in the community. I'd be definitely up to get PC, get myself in there, get some voice lines in there for the BB3 that people can mess around with. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Max, where are you going to play for your first NAFTT?
Ooh, that's very nice. Let's go, DK.
Oh dear. I hope that player has written a will, Bob.
Written? Players can barely speak, Jim, let alone write. You should know. You've interviewed enough of them.
I never.
Just looking around. There's loads of people actually I'm recognizing or reading that I don't recognize on the league, but it's great that we've got lots of people watching the UKBBL. So this is a Premiership UKBBL team versus a Tier 3 team. So the Orcs have played 6 seasons. So they're quite well developed. They've also got a lot of randoms because they've had time to do it. Whereas the Lizards are kind of 2 or 3 seasons into their existence, I think 2. So less able to kind of try and random things.
That player's a little short. Oh no, mine is.
But this Orc team is very good.
Yes, everything is allowed and is as normal in the UKBBL leagues. So there are no star player bans, and all of the randoms and stuff are half price. And essentially, at the moment, I don't know how it's going to progress moving forwards with probably the commissioners maybe making some rulings where, because we are getting some form of redraft next season for season 9 of BB3. But for now, it is essentially at the end of each season, if you're sticking with your team goes down to 1400 team value, and then you can keep all of your SPP and stuff. But once that's locked in, all of your money gets taken away, so you don't have any treasury anymore. And then once the season starts, you can then spend SPP if you've got it, and then it continues from there.
Actually, you'd be surprised, Purple Chess. I have not seen any bomber really this season.
Did I play against the bomber at some point? I think I did. Yeah, I think I played against the bomber once this season. Oh no, I tell a lie. No, that was actually in the event, the Amazon Clash event. No, I've not played against any bomber this season.
And I haven't played against any bomber, and I've had 2 orc teams in my division.
Yeah, I had goblins in my division, but unfortunately for them, I was playing with a fresh team in an experienced division. So they looked at my team and went, "Wait a minute, you've got no skills," and they didn't have any inducement money, which was quite funny.
Well, not funny for the goblin coach. Actually, no. As a goblin coach, they're going to find it funny because they're
playing goblins. But yeah,
I've never met an unhappy goblin coach. If anyone has ever met an unhappy goblin coach, please let me know, because I'd like to meet them.
I think it's just.
I don't think they exist.
I think it's just Andy if he gets forced to play goblins.
He doesn't play goblins.
He got forced to play goblins in the goblin season, and don't think he enjoyed it very much.
I know.
Goblins since.
Bombadil, thank you very much for your updates. Where was your tournament again? Was it Hamburg? Did you say? The second biggest tournament in Germany. Bombadil went to and took Amazons. Had a great time.
It is really sad whenever that GW release an FAQ and there's just a sneaky little just elbow towards goblins every single time. It's really saddening.
I mean, he's playing orcs, so he's just playing like strong goblins. You could say that.
Strong goblins, yes. That's exactly what I would call orcs.
Same breed, aren't they? I can see Zenjo falling foul of the clock here. Not deliberately. I just see. I reckon there's probably going to be a key turn where he possibly needs a little bit more thinking time, and is going to use that 18 seconds because we're now playing speed bowl basically.
That is true, yeah. I think that's the only way that the Orcs get into this one because as we've seen, the Lizards, they won the toss, which means they're going to receive 100% of the time.
Wow.
I don't think the blitz helps. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, so you could put the cat amongst the pigeons here. I mean, Again, I'm not a bash coach, so I don't know, but surely you can just lock some things up that possibly you want to use. It's still a major advantage, Lizards.
Yeah, it is. G. Colvan, the next patch for Blood Bowl 3 is in less than a month's time, I think. It's been like 20, 25 days, something around there, maybe. I've not checked recently, but it's definitely less than a month because the final Amazon Clash event teams are in the game now. So we're in the final month of season 8.
See whether I can catch him out. Where the new team will be
Unfortunately, I cannot
Actually,
say.
Actually, I quite like you, and I don't want you to get into trouble. So that's why
I mean,
kind
to be fair, I'm pretty good at staying out of trouble. Because I mean, I think it was around season 5. I was talking to like one of the devs, and they basically just went and told me what the teams were going to be for like season 6, 7, and 8. And
what
then
season are you on now?
we're on season 8 now.
Oh, so you've actually got knowledge then. Oh no, you
Oh
won't. At
no,
that
I've known since the start of this season, because I've had the privilege of
Oh, the boss is
working with them on the Eternal League stuff. I've been making all of the AI rosters, and that includes the AI rosters for the season 9 team.
I'll be waiting to see if there's like lots of frenzy in your ladder streams.
I'm currently playing. What the hell am I playing at the moment? I'm playing all random Amazons, which has gone.
It's not a bad team to random though, is it?
No, it's not. I've weirdly enough, I've not been able to random any wrestle or any block, but I've got like 5 players with pro.
That flip appears to be anchored to the spot.
Oh, hey, how you doing, Galentio? Good to see you. Quick question: is dribbles not allowed in the UKBBL playoffs? You're seeing a lot of orcs in there. That is a
Yeah,
question for Phil.
there's no restrictions on any star players. You can get what you like. Yeah. I think though most people understand that it's not in the right spirit. If you're at least the overdog, then you don't want to go and buy something. As you're basically looking to be, wow.
We'll see him on the pitch later.
He needs to watch the clock here. Dodge out, grab that ball and run off with it, please.
Ah, good.
Yep.
He's got the ball.
Go, go, go. Run, run, run as fast as you can.
What a speedster!
Yeah, this the one of the bigger changes that happened between Blood Bowl 2 and Blood Bowl 3 is when you are in overtime, it's not the first one to score a touchdown. You have to play all 24 turns, well, all the remaining 8 turns. So it's not just a mad dash to get a touchdown anymore. But I don't think the Lizards are going to particularly have any real issues here. I think it's going to be a nice mark everything in the middle of the field and just slowly...
Spend your turn. Next turn, basically go and put that movement 9 right on the touchdown line. And then just send everything and just lock everything up.
Yep, and try and kill everything, basically.
Down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 against 11. Not to blow my own trumpet, but this will be the first Tier 3 winner of the Far Albion Cup since season 43, I think it was. I'm checking the Hall of Fame now.
It still surprises me how long UKBBL has been around.
Well, you can basically thank Waldorf and Gav for that.
Yeah. I've had the privilege of having a chat, at least in DMs, with Waldorf, where Waldorf seems like a very, very nice and awesome human. Not met the other person, but yeah, it's always really, really good to have a league like the UKBBL that's very it's quite large now. It's established. It's been around for a long time, and it's run very, very well. I've been in the UKBBL for I think 3 seasons now, and I've never had any issues with any admins. I've never had any issues with like scheduling stuff. And if there has been issues, it's just been like dealt with and sorted, and it just runs like clockwork, 1 game a week, and it's basically exactly what I want in a league. I only ever want to be in 1 or 2 leagues, and the worst part about leagues for me is organizing a game with someone else. But it's just been super easy in this sort of league.
Well, as we put in our advertisements, we've been going since 2009, so we know what we're doing.
Admins, he's calling you soft.
I think the problem is Galentio is that a lot of the admins are quite good, and they all tend to be in the Prem. So there's no such thing as admin dice. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm starting to feel stressed by this clock.
I'm starting to feel stressed by the game. I've started actively walking around my living room. I'm getting anxious. I can feel like something bad's gonna happen, but I don't want anything bad to happen.
I'm just curious because it feels like, because I know Archangel plays on laptop. Is it actually slower to play on Xbox? Like, does it take you longer?
So I've played Blood Bowl 3. I played Blood Bowl 3 mostly on Xbox, and I've played some games on my own laptop where I don't actually have a mouse. I just have the touchpad, and it is quicker with a mouse, and even with a touchpad, it's quicker to like move the cursor around. But I normally think about the whatever turn I'm doing. I normally think it through quite quickly, so I never really have any issues. But if you are playing on console, you can adjust the cursor speed and also the stickiness that it has to each individual square to make it to your own preferences. I just prefer a nice slow cursor so I don't misclick, and I can just kind of do things in a nice and leisurely way.
Because it does strike me as just like Archangel's able to kind of move through the gears a bit quicker in terms of like the gameplay, so it kind of comes across. I just wonder whether actually there is a bit of an advantage for PC players.
I think
I know everyone
yes,
says
on the
that we're the
speed.
master race, so
Yeah, I mean, I think on cursor speed and like that sort of thing, yeah, there's definitely like the advantage there, but I don't think it's like anywhere massive. I think I've been playing since the start of the release of the game. I think I've ran out of time bank like 3 or 4 times, and I've also had no issues playing 2-minute turns either when I've run out of time. Yeah, well, okay, BB, no, but your brain moves at like 100 miles an hour. You finish a tabletop game in 20 minutes. I'm like still in the first half, and I look over, and BB Nut's walking around having a chat with people, like, beer in hand, and just like, how has he finished his game in like half an hour? Yeah, it's crazy.
On the floor again. This team must like worms or something.
just pure magic.
does he throw the boot in?
It's just dice people. I mean, that does help, doesn't it? Dice people or be diced.
He needs to do something about this blitzer, and he needs to do it quickly.
I think you just get the skink with the ball, move it all the way over to the other side, and then move this other skink on the left, move it across a bit, and then stick the boot in.
Yep.
Nothing else is going to get you.
I'd agree with you.
I should probably say something meaningful to all our Cabal Vision viewers. All I can think of is slack. Get up! Get off the field!
greedy reroll.
At the moment, I'd say that that ball carrier is not safe.
Still standing.
Because at the moment, Arcane just got nothing to lose.
No.
So, yeah. Come and bring you. You need to come and stand over here. You could have a dodge out if you wanted to. Yep. Come on, you come and... So unlucky. Come and dodge out, and you come and stand somewhere over here, please. Well.
Push the stronger player.
2 free orcs now. What happens if they're still drawn after 24 turns?
It goes to kicks. If it goes to kicks, but it's different to the Blood Bowl 2 kicks. The way it worked in Blood Bowl 2 was you both roll a 1d6, and then it played the animation of did you both roll a 1, then did you both roll a 2, and then it goes up and up until whoever's the highest wins. In this one, I think there's 7 dice rolls that you roll each, and whoever gets the highest over those 7 dice rolls wins. So basically, you just roll a 1d6 each. Whoever rolls the highest, they get a point, and then it just keeps going until there's been 7 rolls, and whoever's got the most points gets the win there. So
That's going to be really close. Well done, everybody, for staying with us.
Yep, my phone is on 9% battery, so this isn't great. But it should survive to the end.
Count those teams. They'll have to pick up both of them off the ground in a few seconds' time.
Okay. Nah. Well, that's actually a real problem. So we can't go and pick that ball up now. Cannot pick that ball up. Well, I mean, he can. But he just probably doesn't want to.
Now it's just a simple matter of getting the ball at their feet. It's never simple.
KO here would be lush.
That's a good choice for this play. This might run out of time.
Hero blitzer to the rescue. What are we saying here? It's basically try and get it to kicks.
They've got the advantage, but there is no sure thing in blood.
I think he's just going to try and pick this up.
His buddy can move freely.
There's only one word to say about this ball.
Not a word, Jim. A sound. Crutch.
The fairies. You better watch out. They're murderous little beasts. That's it. Pick up the ball. Apparently it's more difficult than it seems.
Well,
Sorry.
neither KO's come back.
Missing their most infamous.
Not sure if Evie's still with me. You're still with me. You're still
I
here.
am, yep. I am, yep.
Because you got me a bit worried when you said, "Oh, I've got 9% battery."
I should be okay.
Flying solo.
If my phone dies, it dies. You know, apologies there. It is what it is. I'm on 8%, but you know, it's a relatively new phone. I've had it less than a year, so the battery life on it is good enough. And I think it started on like 35% when we started, so we should be fine.
Just turn down the brightness and things like that.
Yeah, I didn't have time to charge it because I was playing a league match right before this.
UKBBL league match, so obviously that comes first.
Why not plug it in? So I
That's a
have
great
my
question, Chris.
I have my earphones in. I don't have like wireless like earpods or anything. So I have like the plug-in wired earphones. So it's a choice between earphones and reasonable quality microphone, or plug the charger in, and then I have to use the bad microphone that the phone has.
So I think if Zenjo can get the ball here and score, I think probably Archangel will just concede.
Evie lives in the 90s. How dare you? I was born in the 90s. But yes, I am quite cheap when it comes to
You were
this sort of
in the
stuff.
90s. You're younger than me. This is a
Yeah,
very rare occurrence in Blood Bowl terms. It's very
I'm
hard to find someone who's
I'm
younger than me.
I turned 30 this year. So I turned 30 in February. So yeah, I'm I'm getting on a bit now in terms of
Sorry,
Blood
everybody
Bowl.
who's older than me, but it's a yeah. I think when I first got into it, it's obviously because it's a 1980s game, so a lot of people obviously picked it up in the 80s in their childhood,
Yeah,
and so you've got that first generation.
there is the running joke, isn't there, that all Blood Bowl players are either 28 or lower, or they are just classified as 29 plus.
I love that.
And he's still standing.
I've joined the 29 plus group, which I think is probably about like a good 80-90% of Blood Bowlers.
Oh dear. I hope that player has written a will, Bob.
Written,
Oh, I'm going to make you feel really old now, Bombadil.
let alone write. And you should know.
Did you know that Shrek has been out for more than 20 years? Came out in
Really?
it came
What
out
a
in
great fact.
2004.
What a great fact. Actually, I started because I'm a school teacher. I started to teach children who were not alive during the London 2012 Olympics.
Oh god. Yeah, it's really bad, isn't it? Like
That's that's a fabulous fact, but
if someone's 18 at this moment in time and they were born in, is it what, 2007?
yeah.
Oh god. 2007, and they're 18 this year.
So you go and put the big and stand up the Saurus. Go and move the Crocs in. Go and put the Saurus, sort of around loose for a blitz, and then try and box this lot in. That's what you're going to need to try and do here, in my humble elvish opinion. I love a good base, though. Love a good base.
PC, I swear that people are just getting taller. Because like I don't know why, but I feel like all, or at least most, like kids of people, they're like a little bit taller than parents. Like I'm tall. Me and my brother, we're both just a bit taller than my dad, because my dad is, I think my dad's 5'10", I'm 6 foot, and my brother's 6'1". And I've been hearing it from other people that they're just a bit taller than both parents. Maybe it's a UK thing. We're just slowly getting taller and taller.
A hearty diet of sausages.
It's just the carbs, carbs and meat. The
Yeah.
UK diet. I wouldn't change it for the world. It's a great diet. Oh, there's going to be some clock management going here.
Players arrive to assist their team.
So I'm not a fan of this, to be honest. I think Zenjo could have been a bit more aggressive.
I think Zenjo could have been more aggressive. I don't think Zenjo needs to be more aggressive.
That's a natty little move. Still, I'm willing to bet a good.
The only reason I think he could have been a bit more aggressive is just because of the clock. Archangel's actually managing his turns quite well. It does help, though, when you've only got 6 players.
That is very true.
Story of my life. Have you had a look how you got on with your season predictions? Getting yours ready for next season?
I don't know how I did with mine. I think I might have ruined whoever was on my division stuff because I've actually secured 4th, and then obviously the Goblins are in the top 3. Maybe if they get a win, they're going to win the whole thing.
So you were one of the divisions I was picking.
Yeah, I told you at the very start of the season. I said you should put me in as the dark horse, and I knew I was going to do well.
I'm never going to do that. It's the same thing as like you said. You don't. Oh, okay, right. So this might be game. Game, set, and match. Bring the 9+ over. Blitz. You can knock the ball free, and even if you can pick it up with the sneaky get dirty player and then run off with it, Archangel will probably say, "Yep, you got me." Well, he doesn't need assist, does he? He's playing Lizards.
I mean, maybe if you want to be a bit cheeky and aim for 3 dice. I think just a couple of safe moves, not very many safe moves, just do a couple of safe moves.
It's 119. It's 119. Please, 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 please. Blitz the ball carrier.
Yes,
You
just
have
blitz the ball
112
carrier,
on the clock.
go pick the ball up, please, for the love of all anything.
Zenjo has had the vast majority of the chances in this game. I'd really hate for the clock to be the reason that he doesn't win this. Thank you. Reroll.
Come on.
It's not what he wanted.
So close to
Yeah, nice.
No, too easy. I'll have to pick up most of the ground in a few seconds' time.
Jeremiah Poole always said superior skills.
I'll bring the movement 9 over and make the dodge harder. And put him over here and then go put him here.
Ooh, not long left.
That player should punch the other enemy players quickly before trying anything.
Spicy.
It's still a 2+2+.
Archangel manages to score with the 3 turns left. He should. The Nuffle should give him that like win kicks. It's just no question.
Well, I mean, this is where Archangel only got like a few players, but this is where also he's got a minute in the time bank. He's got a minute in there.
He's had that for the whole of extra time as well.
How many halflings does it take to change a candle in a lantern?
Well,
This has got to be over now, surely.
Well, the thing is he can still dodge out. I mean, he's still dodging on a 2+. He's got no reroll, but he's still dodging on 2s.
Yeah, but the problem is, where's he going? He can't dodge back out and around.
Hope Zenjo's dice are rubbish. Is basically the play at this point.
I think even if you've got the most rubbish dice imaginable, I think even if you roll, I think even if you roll,
See, this is 3 2-ups. 3 2-ups to dodge out.
yeah,
Do
and
a
then
couple of
have to
go crits
roll-
and then hope. But
and
that's
then
all you can do.
hope for quads.
It's like trying to hold a halfling just
Yeah, it's just 2-2-2-2-2, and then hope that quads happen. Oh, there we go.
He
It's
can
over.
still score.
No, I think it's over now.
I mean, he's still within scoring range. I think if he basically just picks up the ball and runs off with it,
Yeah,
Archangel
like
will just say, "Thank you
nice
very
and
much."
easy, nice and easy 2-die, and then pick the
Yep.
ball up on the 2, and then off you go, and then that's it.
Yep.
Job done.
Oh, I remember really, what was it, hours ago now, wasn't it? Being so fearful for Zenjo, feeling that his chance perhaps had gone.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. I think if Zenjo went for the ballsy play in the first half, I think this game would have been much different and not necessarily this long. It would have been dealt with in normal time. I am going to take this time, however, to order a takeaway. Because I am starving. I've not eaten all day, and I wasn't actually expecting this game to go to overtime. Which I probably should have given the players a bit more respect than that. I should have expected it to go to overtime.
Okay, we're now just watching the last formalities.
Too easy. I'll have to pick up most of them off the ground in a few seconds' time.
Takeaway has been ordered.
push back.
So we just watch out the final few turns. Just remind you that anyone who's not playing in the UKBBL, there is a link to the Discord in the Twitch description of this channel. You can sign up for season 56. Been playing that long since 2009. You can come and play with us. Got a really good group of people playing. We've already got, I think we're now up to 19 either new or returning players this season. So you can come and play with us.
Yeah, 100%.
Really good league.
A good coach
Thanks, BB Nut.
chooses the right
How you doing, Dionysius? Good to see you. We're just winding down now. At least potentially winding down. If any people that are brand new to the UKBBL, they start in the bottom divisions, and then they start with a fresh team and have to work their way up through the divisions.
Yeah, don't worry, you're not having to play this Orc team. That's a privilege I have.
Pressure's on, Jim.
Archangel disowned for losing with Orcs. Yeah. He's not had a great time of it, to be fair. The Lizards have been very bashy and very murderous. Yes, PC. You start with a fresh team, 1,000 team value, and you are only playing other teams that are of 1,000 team value as well. It's only once you get into your second season when you're most likely either promoted to the next division up, or if you're had a particularly bad season in your first season, you'll be in a
What's going on? that was a big one trying to throw the ball.
Unfortunate. Yeah, only when you get to your second season is when you start playing against other experienced teams for the most part.
Yep.
You don't have to be in the UK to play in the UKBBL. It's just the European, like time zones. So like GMT and some of the other ones, like basically the Europe time zones are the more prevalent and like respected time zones. But if you're in like America or you're in like Australia or whatever, as long as you can kind of commit a bit more to the EU time zone stuff, you're more than welcome to hop into the UKBBL scene.
Yeah,
Yes.
so our minimum requirements is basically 2 weekday evenings or 2 weekend slots. We had this question come up today actually on the Discord. So as long as you're able to offer basically 2 choices, you can basically play this, and it's obviously the 2 time slots on the weekday are between 7 and 9 UK time. So at the moment that's UTC +1. So that's something that you can do, and yeah, it's a weekly league, PC. So 11 games, but obviously we should go to this game. The first win for a Tier 3 coach since Season 42, when a lowly Amazon team by the name of the Tiwanaku Tigers beat Tales of the Crypt. And it's Lizardmen who go and get the win here.
Yep, absolutely. Congratulations to Zenjo. I mean, commiserations to Archangel, but yeah, I mean, the Lizards were just quite bashy and very much ruthless, and Zenjo played them very, very well. It was a good game from both coaches, but the Lizards coming out on top.
Yep, this is the first win in the Far Albion Cup since for the Lizards since Season 41 and Morbid Initiation, led by Tapestry, our oldest or longest running coach. Not our oldest coach, that's unfair. That's recorded if he listens to that back. Our longest running coach, been here since the very first season. And breaks some domination from the Orcs as well, who've won 2 of the last 3 as well. So really good to see some different races coming to win it.
Definitely, yeah. Archangel's been kind of winning everything recently, so it's nice that there's a bit of a change of pace there.
Yeah, I wonder whether they're going to go on to. Hopefully, they're going to go on to commentary in a moment, and they can have a little chat with us. I suspect both of them are just grabbing a drink and calming their nerves and cursing some of their dice that they got. We start with the victor. So, well done, Zenjo. Commiserations, Archangel. A really, really good game. Obviously, some of the removals obviously started to rack up in that second half in particular, and it made it a bit easier. But what were your feelings about the game? I'm assuming you thought it was quite a tough one.
It's up to me, sorry.
Yes, to use Zenjo.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, I've been running good throughout 6 games of this tournament, so I thought, well, why stop now? Yeah, I mean, playing overtime, 11 players against 6 players, obviously, made it a lot easier. Just, getting all those KOs and Kaz earlier on. But yeah, I mean, Archangel played well as always, but yeah, I had the dice today.
Commiserations, Archangel. Another Far Albion Cup defeat. You've obviously won a couple of these, but I suspect it was one for a bit of annoyance, particularly as there seemed to be a chance early in the first half where Zenjo might have been able to sneak the ball away, but the dice just didn't come up. And I suspect you were possibly thinking, "Oh, I might be able to now get this one home in the second half," for the fact it was 1-0.
Yeah, there was definitely a second half. I think it's with the big guns does a double one, which basically stops the defense completely in their track, which makes the touchdown but basically unstoppable. And I think that the fact that I couldn't get any removals at all, whether it be on skinks or on Sauruses, I think just tipped the scales. Like you said, like when you get into overtime and you are down to like 6 players versus 12, then the match is basically over. And I think at that point it was just more wrapping it up nice with a nice little bow on top of it. But
Yeah, it was a cracking game, absolute cracking game. Let's say it was just a bit like both the bash team, but when you play in a bash team, you obviously if you start to get some removals and sort of high rolling as Evie was saying on commentary, it obviously then becomes tough for whichever coach. But I didn't think there was any sort of real massive, huge, glaring errors from both of you. Both played a really, really solid game. And Zenjo, even when that earlier opportunity was missed, you still did a really, really good job of keeping the pressure on. With the
that
Lizardmen.
spot there. Yeah, I didn't really need to move out my chameleon skink to screen there because I had a couple of free sources. I could have moved into position instead. But I still had to rush in and pick up the ball with the other skink to get through the turnover. But
It's
I mean,
a really nice. It's a really nice movement 9 skink. Things are a lot easier when you've been able to kind of train up that piece.
It's like Lizardmen on easy
Your
mode.
heart must have been in your mouth a couple of times when he did manage to get a couple of blocks on it.
In overtime, yeah, he knocked it down.
Yeah, it was. That lizard team is it as it grows, it's going to get scarier. Especially when the super skink gets some more skills. Preferably, please, for the love of God, block. Well, it took a few hits, and I was just like recoiling in fear. But it managed to survive, and it was such a great final. I'm really glad that the final kind of went the distance. I feel like Archangel had a really rough first half, but somehow managed to just from the clutches of defeat managed to get the ball in the end zone. And then like in the second half, it was just removal city, which made it easy for the Lizardmen, and then it went to overtime. But yeah, I'm glad it wasn't like particularly like one-sided for the whole game, and it made for just such a good spectacle and such a good final, and kept everybody in chat like engaged, and yeah, it was really awesome to see. So thank you to the pair of you.
Yep. So Archangel will now be able to go away and etch Zenjo's name on the Far Albion Cup Hall of Fame. And we get to watch Archangel try and defend his UKBBL title some point in the next week, where I'll be playing an Orc mirror match against Ugnash. Galencio will be playing either one of Andy Davo or Snow Troll, depending on how Snow Troll does tomorrow when he plays. But so this stream's been kind of going on for about 2.5 hours, and I've got to teach some children maths tomorrow. So
down to 3% battery.
And you've got a takeaway coming as well, haven't you? So just the last thing from me as one of the commissioners. I said it a moment ago. Season 56. The sign up is not just opening soon; it is open. And you can sign up to the UKBBL. It's a match a week for 11 weeks. Great fun. Loads of good people in the league, and I do think we are now kind of comfortably one of the biggest leagues on Blood Bowl 3. I don't have the exact numbers, but we're going to be looking at over 140 plus coaches, I think, in the coming season. So very, very much looking forward to the next one. And until the next stream, we'll see you then.
Yep, take care, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your weekend or your night. And we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.